Raider Nation, what's up? Today, we've got something spicy to talk about. The 2025 NFL Draft is in the books. The Raiders made some serious moves, 11 new draft picks, 16 undrafted free agents signed. But here's the real story. There's a new regime in town. Pete Carroll is now running the show, alongside GM John Spytek. And you know what that means? Change is coming. Some players from the old era may not fit into this new vision. So today, we're diving into possible trade candidates, players who might be on the move before the season kicks off. Now, let's talk trades. The first name on the block? Tight end Michael Mayer. Yeah, I know, that might surprise some of you. There were already rumors flying during the draft that the Raiders could move on from Mayer. And while they didn't draft a new tight end, here's what they did do. Signed 3 new tight ends before and after the draft. Added Xander Horvath, Noah Togiai, and E.J. Jenkins, all depth guys. Already had 7 tight ends on the roster. That's a crowd. And here's the truth. Brock Bowers is TE1. No question about it. Even if they say they're building around both tight ends, Mayer might not fit in their long-term plans. Financially, if the Raiders trade Mayer, they save $653,000 and take on $1.9 million in dead cap. Personally, I'd love to see the Raiders keep him. You can run 2 tight end sets and even flex Bowers out wide like a wide receiver. But this new leadership might be thinking differently. If Mayer is traded, where could he go? Here are a few teams to watch. Tennessee Titans, Ziegler's there now. New England Patriots, McDaniels connection. Jacksonville Jaguars, they need tight end help. New Orleans Saints, New York Giants. So buckle up, Raider Nation. This new regime isn't afraid to shake things up, and we might see some familiar faces headed out the door. Next up, Aiden O'Connell. And again, let me be clear, I don't want the Raiders to trade AOC. He's a solid backup for Geno Smith and could help Cam Miller, the rookie they drafted in round 6. That said, the front office showed interest in Joe Milton before the draft, and then drafted Miller. So where does that leave Aiden? He's appeared in 20 games, started 17, and is super affordable. Just $1.2 million to a new team. That's backup quarterback gold. I honestly think all 32 NFL teams would take AOC at that price. Now, I'm not sure if he fetches a mid-round pick, but a 6th or 7th rounder? Totally possible. Potential landing spots: New England Patriots, again McDaniels. Tennessee Titans, if they want to move off Will Levis. Green Bay Packers, lots of Raider connections. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he's better than Kyle Trask, don't the me. Los Angeles Rams, AOC versus Jimmy G, yes please. Yeah, trade candidate number 3, Trey Tucker. Last one today, Trey Tucker. This one might surprise some people. The Raiders drafted 3 wide receivers this year. Jack Beck, round 2, pick 58. Dante Thornton Jr., round 4, pick 108. Tommy Mellott, round 6, pick 213. Tucker, now entering year 3 and his 3rd coaching regime, looks like the odd man out. Year 3 is usually the breakout year for wide receivers, but the math isn't looking good. Beck is the better overall receiver. Thornton is the faster field stretcher. Mellott might be the top return man after what I heard in our interview. So where does that leave Trey? He saves the Raiders $1 million in cap space and only costs a team $429,000. That's a movable contract. Plus, he was once seen as a 5th-round talent, drafted in the 3rd, so maybe another team values his upside. Best trade fits? Miami Dolphins. Insurance if Tyreek Hill drama continues. Baltimore Ravens. Physical, undersized WR who can block, perfect fit. And let's not forget, Trey was a high school wrestler. You do not mess with those dudes. Cauliflower ear, I'm out. Who's one player on the Raiders you could see getting traded after the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll pin the best ones below. Let's talk about a few more interesting names the Raiders could trade. And I'll start with someone who has serious value. Dylan Parham. Parham's been a starter for 3 straight seasons and is heading into the final year of his rookie contract. So, what's the dilemma? If the Raiders aren't 100% confident he's starting in 2025, this might be the time to sell high. This offseason, Las Vegas brought in Alex Kappa and re signed Jordan Meredith. They also drafted Caleb Rogers, a versatile offensive lineman who, like Parham, can play all over the line: left tackle, left guard, and right tackle. That's the kind of versatility that makes decisions tough. Financially, trading Parham would save the Raiders $3.7 million with just a $228,000 dead cap hit. But here's the issue: it would likely upset a lot of guys in that locker room. Parham isn't just a starter, he's a glue guy, he's respected. Just recently, I saw him at a Vegas Golden Knights game with Colton Miller, Jackson Powers Johnson, and other linemen. That tells you something. He's tight with this group. Still, if the team does look to trade him, it'll be because of his value. He can plug in almost anywhere on the line, and that's gold for NFL teams. Now let's switch to the defensive side. Here's a name you probably won't love hearing: Tyrie Wilson. And no, I don't want the Raiders to trade him. I'm hoping he messages me again saying, "Bro, you're capping." But the point of this video is to talk about real trade scenarios. And yes, Wilson's name belongs here. If the Raiders do move him, it makes more sense to wait until after June 1st. Why? Because post June 1st, they'd save $3 million in cap space and only take a $3 million hit. Still, if a team is willing to offer something solid now, the Raiders might just listen. They re-signed Malcolm Kuntze, brought back Adam Butler, and drafted two versatile defensive tackles. That's a lot of bodies in the trenches, and Wilson, who can shift between end and tackle, suddenly finds himself competing for snaps. If I had to bet, keep an eye on the Dallas Cowboys. Wilson trains in Texas, his agent's based there, and he has strong local ties. The Houston Texans are another team I've heard him connected with. Not that he wants to be traded, but those ties are real. Other teams that might bite? The New York Jets, Philadelphia Eagles, and maybe even the Atlanta Falcons. All teams that value athletic edge talent. Again, I don't want to trade Tyrie Wilson, but trade talk isn't always about what you want to happen. It's about what could happen. And before we move on to the last player, maybe one more, I want to let you in on something exciting.